how to get started on Squarespace, from account setup to uploading some basic content. That is what today's video is all about, so let's dive in. Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Muller, founder of Bloom Creative Company, and we are a Squarespace design agency. On today's video, we're talking all about how to get you set up on Squarespace. So more specifically, Squarespace 7.1. So it's 2020, and Squarespace went through a huge platform update, and it is now 7.1. So if you've been into Squarespace before in the past, and you are now in 2020, you'll notice that things are very different. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up an account, and then really basic, simple content uploading into the site. Now in future videos, we'll go more in depth with how to customize a little bit more, but for the sake of getting content up and getting started right away, I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. So we're going to go to squarespace.com, and we are going to get started with a new account. So we're going to get started here, and it's going to ask us to pick a template. So I'm going to go with this one because right off the bat, it looks good. It's got a full page banner image and some text and a call to action. So we're going to get started here. Now it's going to ask us to continue with an email. So we are going to log in here. All right. So we're going to hit continue. And now it is going to be doing its thing. So here we go. So we just started our account, we picked our template, and now they're going to prompt us with all the information that we need to do next. So first we need a site title. You can name it whatever you want, and you can always change it later. So you're not married to whatever you pick here. There's always opportunity to change. So right now I'm just going to put Elizabeth's website. I'm going to click continue. And here it's going to give you like a really quick how to edit, how to design. So if you want, you can sit and look, okay, so there's a button here that helps me edit, and it's going to hover back and forth. And when you click next, it's going to show you how to create a page. Okay, there's a plus sign here. That makes me create my page. Cool. Next, design. Okay, this is where I'm going to change my font, colors, all that kind of stuff. But for the sake of keeping things super basic and minimal, like I keep saying, we're going to work with what we have. We're going to use the design that they have, the template they have, all the preset settings that they are using in this template, just so we can get this site up quick and as simply as possible. So when we first start, you notice that there are options over here. This is like your home menu, and it's going to help you navigate what you need to do in your site. So pages, design, commerce, marketing, scheduling, analytics, settings, help. All of your domain information, subscription information will be here. Analytics are going to give you a pulse on what your traffic is doing on your site. Scheduling is actually Acuity, but it's now inherently in your site. So it's a scheduler to book calls or anything like that, book appointments, whatever that looks like for you. Marketing, this is where your email campaigns are. This is where, you know, extra marketing tools that you could put on your site, like for example, a banner, anything like that. That has to do with marketing. And then commerce, if you are setting up an e-commerce site, this is where you will manage your commerce, your shipping, your pricing, all that good stuff. Design, this is where you'll change your colors, your font, colors of the buttons, just every single nuance that goes into design. And then here are your pages. So we're going to click this. These are the different demo pages that came with this particular template. So if we click on all of them, we see that there's an about, we scroll down, okay, cool. Initiatives, this is actually the blog. So we're going to copy the page just for now. So initiatives, we see that there is a blog. We go back to pages, contact us. Okay, pretty standard contact page. We have a take action page, so you can donate or volunteer. Awesome. And we go to home. This is the home page. So we're going to start by breaking down this home page and uploading our content in. So our text, our copy, our images, and we will go from there. So the first thing that you're going to do when you go to edit anything within any of the pages is you're going to click edit. Simple enough, makes it widescreen, and you are in full edit mode. So as you bring your mouse around to all these content elements, you'll see that the color will change within it or around it. So right now, if we wanted to edit the site header, the whole header is a little bit in gray. So that's how we would tackle the header. We would click edit. if we wanted to change any of the content, you can see, I hope you can see this, there's a light blue box that pops up around the text, and this is where you'll simply just click where the text is, and now you're editing it like a Word document. So you can make it bold, italicized, you can change the location. This is where you would change the size. So if I went back and I just clicked, we'll bring it back to normal. I clicked in the middle here. I can make it an extra large heading, large, medium, small, and then you can change it to paragraph. These are even smaller, large paragraph, medium. They're not as bold, same font. And then we'll go back to our large heading. So this is where you're going to change the text. So this is, let's say this is my coffee company, Elizabeth's Coffee Company. So now we've changed the text, and if you see here, I'm kind of hovering my mouse around this midsection, and it's pulling up this blue box kind of around the image. So if we wanted to edit that, you would see that this popped up here. So if I scroll down, it's going to pop up here on the next content block. These are different blocks of content, and this blue plus will create an additional one in between here. But again, for the sake of keeping everything simple, we are just going to work with what they have here. So as we scroll down, this little guy keeps popping up here. So we're going to start at the top. This is how we are going to change this banner image. Now this is a banner image because it goes full width of the screen with no spacing. So we're not going to worry about any of this because that will change the sizing and spacing here. We're working with what we got in the template. So we're going to click background. We're going to delete this, and we are going to add a new image. So if this is my coffee company, let's do something coffee related. So I'm going to pick, let's go with this one here. So that's going to load. And now while an image is loading, do not scroll up and down on the page, and do not click out because it will stop whatever is loading. Learned that the hard way a couple times. So just make sure you let it do its thing completely. Sometimes it takes a little while. It goes up depending on the quality of your image. If it's a very high res image, it's going to take a little bit longer. Low res, a little bit shorter. But regardless, don't click out because then you're going to have to start the upload process all over again. So we have our image. Now, I don't like where this sits in the banner. You see this circle, this is your image focal point. If you move this up and down, it will change where the image displays. So perfect, we have the coffee cup, that looks awesome. I'm gonna keep that. So you don't have to click save. There's no other buttons you need to push. If I just click outside of that editor, we're good to go. So here we've got our first banner image. We have our title, looks great, our button. So again, anything that is editable further, so you have your text, this pops up, right? We click on button, again, the blue box pops up around it, and we are now going to further edit that particular content piece. Click the pencil again, and now this is where we're going to change the text. So about our coffee. And then right now it's the click-through URL is where this is going to link to. Right now it's going to our about page, and I'm going to show you how we got here. Again, this is already preset and we're going to use that, but I want to show you how it got there. So this is your link editor. So under web address, you can link to any website. So www.google.com. Now it's very important. You don't want to bounce anyone off your site. You want to keep that tab of your site open. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. You want to make sure that you don't lose the traffic that you earned on your site. So always click open in a new window. So that way this new link that is not within your site opens in a new window and they don't lose your site. They can easily click back on that tab. This is where you're going to link it to any page in your site. So right now it's linked to the about. This is where you could have someone directly email you. You would put your email here. This is phone number if you wanted someone to click the link or the button and it would go right to a phone call. And then this would be a file. So if this was a lead magnet, for example, 10 ways to brew coffee at home. This is where I would put that PDF and it would be an instant download how I'm giving value to my potential coffee buyers. So I'm going to keep it with the page and it's going to go to about. We're going to hit save. Make sure you hit up. Oh, it didn't save. We're going to click page, about, or maybe we'll go to home because that one's the only live one since we're in demo mode. So we hit save. And again, I'm not changing alignment or size. I'm keeping everything as is. So I'm gonna hit apply. Now we have our button linked. Our text is changed, our button is linked. Now we're just gonna scroll down. So again, this blue box will appear over anything that is editable and organic. And then we're gonna talk about our coffee here. Our coffee beans come from Colombia. Boom, text, done. Next part down. So now we're getting into a more complex content block. This is an image. So when we want to edit this, well, let's compare the two. So here we just have text blocks here that we're just filling in. And I'm clicking here and it's going to change the text here. Whoops. You're going to change the text here, and maybe this is about our coffee. And then we'll leave that text there. And then a button for learn more. We're going to notice I click the button and nothing's happening. That editing feature is not pulling up. This is because these are all combined. So the sizing of this will automatically correlate to here, and it's going to look beautiful. That's part of this image template. So in order to edit the image here and the button, we're going to click the pencil. Now this pencil is what edits this entire block. So if you wanted to change the background or change the sizing, that's where this pencil would come in. But right now we just want to edit this here. So the blue box pops up around this content piece. We're going to click the pencil and we are going to delete that image and we're going to upload a new image. So this is about our coffee. So that's going to load. Now it's processing. And once that pops up, I'm going to click over to design and I'm going to change this button. So maybe it's about our coffee again. And then it's going through this about page right now. Now again, I'm not messing with anything else on here because I want to keep it simple. I'm not doing fancy animation. I'm not changing anything other than the image here and maybe the button to make sure it reflects what our company is selling. So I'm gonna hit apply. We're gonna scroll down, same thing here. So this block is all preset into the template of the image block, which I will show you here. So if I go to design, it's a card. So all of this is preset to look and be sized exactly the same. The only thing that will change is the image position. Right now it's on the left, up here it was on the right, but all of this will be uniform. So it's templated, it's uniform, it's going to look great no matter what we put in here because it will be the same. So if we go back to content and we delete this, upload a new image, and let's put an image of our coffee shop here. Let that load. We're gonna head over to design. And we are going to link this to our contact page. So we're gonna hit this gear page, and I don't think it's gonna show up because we're in the edit mode. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that a little bit later. So right now we've got our content. We're gonna come back and change this button. We're gonna hit apply, visit our shop. And then you can change the text down here. Perfect, looks good. So we'll scroll up, okay, about our coffee, visit our shop. We're gonna keep scrolling down. This is now looks like an opportunity to put a testimonial. So right now I'm going to save, just like working on any technical computer, you want to save periodically because you never know what's going to happen with your computer. It could freeze, something could happen, there could glitch. Just make a habit of saving every once in a while. So we're going to go back in and edit. Now let's say someone said, I love this coffee. And let's say I changed a few things and I'm like, oh no, I did something. I don't know how I got here. I don't know what I did. I need to undo this. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna click discard changes, discard, and now it goes back to how it was. So we're gonna go back in, we're gonna click edit. We're gonna change this again, best coffee ever. And then let's say Bob wrote this. So now we've got our testimonial. Again, need to change that picture. So we are in the edit mode of this particular block. We're gonna click this pencil, background, delete, add an image, and let's pick something that would work with Bob's testimonial here. Maybe we'll do this one, see how that looks. So we're gonna let that load. Sometimes it takes a minute, but that's okay. We're not gonna touch it because I don't wanna start the process over again. So we're just gonna patiently wait here. Okay, perfect. That looks spot on with this. So we're gonna leave that. We're gonna click out of here. And again, more text boxes. We know how to fix these. So if we just wanna subscribe. And then here, this is a newsletter block. So this is going to capture an email address, but we need to make sure that this is going to us. So anytime someone subscribes, it can be automatically added to Squarespace campaigns, MailChimp if that's what you're using, or you can have it go to a Google spreadsheet, which is what we're gonna do right now. So I'm gonna click on storage here, connect other services, and then all your other options that integrate super well within Squarespace are gonna pop up here. I recommend the Squarespace email campaigns. It keeps it in one spot. The emails are beautiful. I liken them to Apple emails. Like, who doesn't open an Apple email because it just looks so good when it arrives in your inbox and you wanna see what they come out with. But they just look really crisp, clean, and you can make them just look totally on brand. But for the sake of us not having to set that up right now, we're gonna connect to our Google Drive here. And it's gonna ask for access. You're gonna click allow. And we're gonna name our spreadsheet subscribers on homepage maybe. Apply. I'm having an error. I had an error with this earlier, so I'm not sure what's going on, but that is how you would connect it here. You would do your email, title it so you know where those leads are coming from. Maybe you're testing on different pages. You just want to be very clear on where you're getting the data from. So I'm going to click out. This is ready. So, okay, we're going to scroll up. We got our home banner, looks good. We have a portion here. We've got our about, our visitor shop, great testimonial, subscription, and now we're in our home page. So when we're up here at the header, it gets a little gray. Same with the footer. So it takes an extra step in order to edit. So we're going to edit this footer, but we're going to notice, oh, it's another text block, another text block, another text block. Perfect. So these are our links to our pages. These are different social media accounts. So we're going to delete LinkedIn and Facebook. Let's say we don't have them. So we're going to delete it here. We're going to click on Twitter and click edit. We're going to click this gear, and this will pop up our Twitter. So right now we're linking to Twitter, and this is where you would put your personal web address. Now you can Google your Twitter account to get the exact URL. You can get it within your Twitter settings. This is where you'd put it, and again, open a new window. So over here, we have text linking again. So we're gonna edit this, click the gear, and you notice we're linked to our page. So if you wanted to add, maybe it's important for your business to have an email, maybe you bring it over here. So one quick tip, if I just click enter, it's gonna make a line that's a little bit further down, but if I go back up here and I shift enter, it's gonna decrease the space down there. Just a quick tip for you. So I'm gonna link my email. I'm gonna click link here in this gear. I'm going to click email, and I'm gonna put my email. So bloomtest10@gmail.com, and I'm gonna add a subject. Maybe we're putting a question, maybe it's a prompt on something, general inquiry. So maybe we'll put general homepage inquiry. And then you'll know how they found you on that email, how they got to you, whatever that looks like for you. We're gonna hit save, and you wanna make sure you hit apply, and our email's there. So if I click that, it's actually gonna open up my Mac email, inherent email provider in my computer with the subject line already filled out. So again, we're on text here. If I wanna remove this made with Squarespace, we're gonna delete that. Pretty basic. We're gonna scroll all the way to the top, and now we're gonna edit our site header. So this is going to produce another box here that's gonna show us everything else we can do. Now really quickly, you can change this header layout, and here's your preset options. So you can move your navigation over, keep your navigation in the middle, you can bring your logo in the middle, navigation in the middle, whatever you want that to be. I'm a fan of this one, so I'm gonna leave this here and I'm gonna go back. Now let's say since we removed LinkedIn and Facebook from down below in our footer, we need to remove it up here. We're gonna go to elements here. And this is where your call to action button is and your social links. So let's say we wanna remove this button here. We're gonna remove that, remove our social links. Now they're gone. If you had an e-commerce, you would add a cart. So I'm going to remove the links that are not applicable. So I'm gonna click on this, I'm gonna hit remove, confirm, and we're gonna click on this, remove, confirm. And now we have our Twitter, but we need to make sure it's our Twitter. So I'm gonna click on that one, and this is where we would update that URL with our actual URL. And when we go back, if I want that button back, maybe I want someone to start their coffee subscription right away. I'm gonna click on elements. I'm gonna change the text here. Start subscription, and then under take action here, it's going to that page which we can update that page for our subscription. So we're gonna click back. That looks good, that looks good, those look good. I'm not gonna play around with anything else in here because for the sake, again, of being simple, we are keeping it as the template. So our homepage is pretty much done. I'm gonna hover over here and click save. I'm gonna look down at one more time, looks good. Awesome, there were some preset animations in here that look pretty awesome. Testimonial, this is red because it didn't save, if you remember back to me trying to put in my Google spreadsheet. Not sure why there's an error there, but if it worked, this red box would not be around it. So this is letting you know, hey, there's an issue, gotta go back and fix it. So if we wanted to change one more page, let's say we wanted to do the about page, same thing, edit. It's gonna open up full screen at some point. There we go. Again, as you're scrolling down, you're hovering over these different content pieces. So we're gonna click that background, delete, add an image. We're going to upload a new one, open, let it do its thing. It's thinking about it, thinking about it. There it is. I like where that's set up, so I'm not going to change this circle anywhere. I want to change this text. We're on the about page, about our story. We're going to scroll down, same thing, text, click to edit. Perfect, so we like this page. We just theoretically updated the whole page. Now now we're going to go down to this take action page. So let's say we don't like any of this and we just want to start a subscription. So I'm going to click this take action page and I'm just going to delete everything that's on here. Delete, delete, I don't need all of that. I'm going to delete this one too. And I'm going to delete this. I'm going to add a new background image that has to do with our coffee subscription here, open. And then we're just going to add a button that is going to, in this case, let's see. We're going to add a form. So this is going to collect the information that we need from someone that is interested in setting up a subscription. So I clicked, let's go back to that because that might have been a little too fast. So these bubbles are going to show you what you can add on your site. So once you start getting more comfortable, and if you subscribe to this channel, I'm going to go so much more in depth with all the features. So make sure you subscribe so I can walk you through all this. So I save you a bunch of time and maybe some frustration with trying to figure it out by yourself. I want to expedite that learning curve for you. So these bubbles are all the content pieces that you can add into your site. Now, if you scroll through, you can see that it's pretty robust. You can add a map, a newsletter. If you're a band, you can add your venue schedule, restaurant, social stuff, Instagram. Go up here, you can add a scheduler or a calendar. I mean, possibilities are endless, especially when it comes to not using code and still coming up with a custom looking website. It's just awesome. So we want to add a form to collect information for our subscription. So we're going to click form. It's going to pop up right here and we're going to title it. Apparently I can't spell subscription. Okay, so we're gonna edit our form fields here. So we have a name, email, subject, message. We don't need a subject, delete. We don't need a message, confirm. So we added a phone number here. We're going to add in a checkbox. So these are all of our options for our roasts right now. So under description, we can write please select. And then here, we're just going to put what we have available right now. And we'll make it required. We'll hit, oh, first we gotta go to storage, make sure that we are getting all of our forms. So right now, my email is loaded, Bloom Test 10. So every time I get a subscription interest, I will get an email directly to me. So I'm gonna hit apply, and here is our form. So I'm going to hit save. This page is ready. So, oops. Now we need to change, I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's not good. So we completed this form, and now we need to change this name from the template. So hovering over each page, you'll see this gear that keeps popping up. This will allow you to change the name and some other backend stuff, like when it comes to SEO. So I'm gonna click this gear on take action, and we're gonna change this to our subscription page. So I'm going to rename the page title, which is how it shows up in Google, the navigation title, which is how it shows up here, and our URL slug, which is how it appears here, www.elizabethcoffee.com/subscription. Now, right now, the page is enabled. So if this was a page that I did not want visible to anyone, I'm just gonna uncheck that, and no one can access this page but me, and it will be grayed out. It'll still appear here and you're not linked, but it will not be visible to anyone. It will not be searchable. Here is where I can make it password protected. So if I don't want to give everyone access to this page, I can put a password here. I can also duplicate this page or set it as the home page. So right now, this is my subscription page. If you click on SEO, it shows how it's going to show up in Google. So right now, subscription, Elizabeth's website, and then my URL. And we are not going to worry about any of these right now. So I'm going to click save. So now you can see subscription is here, but it is not up here in my navigation. It's a page, it's live, just like my home page, but it's not showing here. So your main navigation are all your live pages listed up at the top. You're not linked are live pictures unless it is not enabled like I just showed you. But if, let's say we want the subscription page to be accessed from my navigation, I am just going to click, hold, and drag it up. And now it is up here at the top. So these pages are live. My about page is live, even though there's another about page. My home page is live, but it is not listed here because it is not under my main navigation. Now, normally when you click on a logo on a website, it brings you to the home page. So I like to keep my home page not linked, even though it is accessible. However, I can always drag it up here, and now I have my home page here. So these are all my pages. We've adjusted our header, which backing up, when you adjust the header on one page, it is uniform for every page, just like the footer. If I made a footer change here on the contact page, it will show in every other page as well. It is uniform throughout the entire site, header and footer. So we have our subscription page. This is our contact page. Once we click edit, it will take it out of demo mode. Let's just, for the sake of keeping it short and simple, everything looks good. We're going to make sure that that form is being stored to me in my email. So right now it is not there. So we are going to make sure it's connected. Now we are getting all of our forms. Apply. Perfect. Save this. So now we have most of our site built out except for this blog. So I want to go over the blog really quickly just to make sure that you can get this up, because this is a great way to build content on your site, great way to build credibility, trust in your audience, so they know that you're an expert, you're providing value, they know that what you're doing is legit, all that good stuff. So we're going to click on initiatives. First, we're going to change it to our blog. So we're going to click that gear. We're going to change the blog title. We're going to change the navigation and the URL. And our page is enabled. It's not password protected. We're going to allow 20 posts per page. So again, SEO, It's showing up as blog 2. So the changes that we just made in general did not reflect over to SEO. So I'm just going to delete this number 2. So save. So right now, this is what the current view of your blog page looks like. Looks good. We're keeping the template. Awesome. So I want to add, well, first we're going to delete these because these are not anything to do with our company and coffee. So we're going to delete, 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 and delete. So we're going to create our brand new blog post. We're going to hit this plus here. It's going to open up for your post title. Why we do what we do. Article here. Now I'm going to click, I'm going to hit save. So there's 2 things that you can do. You can either save and it will save as a draft, or you can save and publish and that will make that blog post go live. So right now, I just want it to be a draft because it's not done. So when I click edit here, and I click this gear up here, it is going to pop up a window for us to complete our blog. So down here, you have your tags and categories. You have your published information. So article here, text, boom, title, boom. We're going to go under options, and this is where we need a thumbnail. So that small picture that was on that blog homepage, this is where we edit that. So we're going to find another image. We're going to click open. So here, this is our URL for our blog post, author, this is me, and then an excerpt. Excerpt goes here. So here we go, we've got our image, our excerpt. SEO, this is how it's going to show up, cool. Social, this is how it's going to look when you preview that URL. So if I took that direct URL and posted it in Facebook, this is how it's going to show up, looks beautiful. And share, this is where it will be pushed out as an email. This will be routed back to email campaigns, and we'll go over that in another video at another time. And then social, same. But all you need to do is your title, your content, and make sure you have this thumbnail image here and maybe an excerpt if you wanted that to show up. So I'm going to click apply. I'm going to click save. I'm going to edit this again because I want to publish this. So we're going to click on that gear again. This is where we would change the status. So if I wanted to keep this as a draft, I guess I published it already on accident. So it's published right now. If I want to switch it back to a draft, I could always do that if I wasn't ready to push it, or I can schedule it. So I can click on this and I can schedule a day in the future. So if I want it to be post tomorrow at 11:33 a.m., that's what I'll do. And I'll hit apply. So we're going to hit save, go back to our pages, and we're going to hit our blog page here just to see what it looks like on the current page. All right, something's funky. Let's refresh. Oh, that's why. Okay, so your blog will not show up on that page unless it's published. Hello. So we're going to just publish it now. Publish it today, apply, save. And now when I click that blog, there it is. So here's our post. We're going to change this current initiatives. We're going to click edit. And again, just another text box. So we have this to work with up here. It is in blue. I can edit it. Our blog. Boom, done. Cool. So we're going to hit save. The next time I want to create a new blog article, I'm going to hit plus, and it's going to open up that new page. Edit. I'm going to click that to go back to our home page. I'm going to go back to my pages. So we did our about page. We set up a blog. We did our subscription page, contact, and then I guess this is the second about. So let's say this about page is not right and it's in our navigation, it's live. We're going to drag it down here. It's not linked. We're going to drag the correct about page up. Maybe I'll delete this one, confirm. Oh my goodness, I just deleted a page and I didn't mean to do that. Well, just click on deleted pages. Here we are. And if you wanted to restore it, just click restore. restore, and it's going to bring it back here. So I'm actually going to delete it because I don't need it. And now we're back at our home page. So that is it for updating your text, images. We did a blog. We made sure our email was in and captured in the right spot. So now we're ready to subscribe and start a subscription. So let's walk through really quickly what that looks like. Okay, so when you are ready to go live with your site, maybe you want to get some feedback, maybe you have a client that you need to get this to right away, whatever that is for you, you're going to go to your email and you are going to see an email from Squarespace. This happens automatically right when you pick that template, set up your account, and set up your site. So right now, this is the URL to your site. So we want to change that. You cannot send that to someone, a potential client, and they're going to look at you like you have 5 heads. But this confirms that your website is started, and you can click that and it will actually open up your website. And if you are ready to go live, this is where I want you to go just so you don't have to search for it through your website. You're going to click upgrade and it will prompt you into where to start your account. So in order to use Squarespace, you have to pay a monthly subscription, right? So in this subscription, I always tell my clients to pick the personal plan when they're first starting out, because you don't know what you're going to do with your website, how complex it's going to get, anything like that. Squarespace is very good about prompting you when you do need to upgrade your plan because of a feature. I mean, sometimes it's a piece of code, sometimes it's a marketing tool that you are going to add to your site, and it will say, hey, you need the next plan up, and then it's a click of a button, it has your credit card on file, and you'll just upgrade. So for the sake of keeping things easy and not knowing which direction your site is going to go, you'll click the personal plan and you'll hit select, and it will prompt you to enter all of your information here in your total. So I want to show you how to change that domain. So if you're not ready to purchase the domain, you can get it through Squarespace, you can get it through GoDaddy, any other platform like that. But I want to show you how to change that inherent domain. So if you click settings, we're going to click on domains, and we are going to change this built-in domain. So right now, since it's our coffee company, we're just going to make it Elizabeth's Coffee. And we'll rename it and hit confirm. So if we go and check back on that, go back to settings and domain, now it's elizabethcoffee.squarespace.com. A little bit easier to send to other people for feedback or future clients if you need to get that out there. Now we have our new domain. So once we do get our billing, which you can find here. So again, if we go back to our home here and click settings and down to domains, you can get a domain through Squarespace. You can, again, go through GoDaddy or a different platform and connect it here. But for the sake of keeping it easy, we're just going to keep that built-in domain for now. And right now, my site availability is private. So when I do upgrade my account, you have your prompt down here to subscribe. You can go through your email here to upgrade, or you can go into that settings tab and upgrade. You need to turn your site to public. So this is a very crucial step if you want people to actually see your site, because if I upgraded my subscription, changed that domain because I'm not ready to purchase one yet, and I send that domain out to someone, it is going to show that this site is private. So you have to come over here to the site availability. Again, that's in your settings, top one, can't miss it. And you are going to click public. Now, once you make that public, your domain is now live and someone can actually see it once you send them the actual URL. You can also make it password protected. So if you're not ready for it to be on the big world of web and you want just, maybe you're getting feedback from your team or some peers or whatever that looks like for you, you can make it password protected. Or if at any point you don't want anyone to have access to the site, you're working on it, you're giving the upgrade, you just make it private, and that would take care of that. So again, once you start your subscription, which you can find from your email, or you can find it from the bottom here under subscribe or in your settings, start your subscription, you can change that inherent domain, and then you want to make it private if you want anyone to be able to see it, or you'll get a lot of messages back saying, hey, can't access your site. Big step here, very crucial, and that will allow you to be live. That's it. What'd you think? We set up an account and built out a site in 25 minutes. Pretty awesome, right? So if you got value out of that and you enjoyed that, please subscribe and you will be alerted to all the awesome new tutorial videos that we'll be recording for you and putting out there. We are here for you. We want to help you. Comment below if you have any specific questions. If you want to learn something, you can also email that to hello@bloomwebsitedesign.com. But if you are stuck in your website and you want to go beyond just the basics, the templates, and you've tried to figure it out and you're just not there, your site's not there, that's what we do. We want to help you. So send us an email and let us know that you do need help to hello@bloomwebsitedesign.com. And we can set up a call with you just to talk about where you're stuck, what you're trying to accomplish, because we are here to help businesses grow. We want to help you grow. We want to help you make money. We want to help you get your message out there and serve other people best. So let us know where we can help you. Maybe set up an initial consultation. If you go to bloomwebsitedesign.com, you can find a spot to book a call with us if you do have any questions. We're here for you. We want to help you get your message out. We want to help you serve the world best with whatever awesome product and service that you have. So again, subscribe. More videos are coming. Reach out to us if you need anything at all, but stay tuned for the next video. This is Elizabeth Mueller with Bloom Creative Company, a Squarespace design agency. Let us know how we can serve you best. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon.